face of crib. Nigga, she recording shit, like, see?
No, don't record nothing on me.
Don't grab my phone from me. Don't grab my phone from me. Don't grab my phone from me. Don't grab my phone from me. Don't grab my phone from me.
Chrisean Rock just got slapped on camera at a Christmas parade in Compton, and what happened next turned into one of the wildest situations we've seen this year. This situation involves Chrisean Rock, Blueface, and a group of women at the Compton Christmas parade. Here's what actually went down. This goes way deeper than what you saw on social media. Let me break down everything that happened. Let's start from the beginning. To understand this, you gotta know where Chrisean was coming from. On December 13th, 2025, Chrisean Rock showed up to the Compton Christmas parade. She wasn't there for a performance or anything like that. She was invited as a special guest for a kids' prayer circle. According to multiple reports from TMZ and other outlets, she came to meet families and pray with local children at this community event. But here's the thing. Chrisean showed up without security. She rolled up to Compton with no protection, no team around her, just there for the community. In her own words on Instagram Live after everything went down, she said she went there for the kids. No security needed because it was supposed to be a positive thing.
I don't know where it was at, but it had a moon bounce stage, but it had so many kids. So I'm playing basketball, football. Right before I leave, I did a prayer circle at the parade, but I did another prayer circle at the basketball court. All right, everybody accepting Jesus is Lord. We get to walking because we about to go to my car. I'm going to my car.
Now, Chrisean and Blueface got history. They dated from 2020 to 2023, had their son in September 2023, and the whole relationship played out publicly. We're talking about one of the most documented relationships in hip-hop. Every fight, every breakup, every reunion was online for everyone to see. So Chrisean showing up to this Compton parade without security, that's just how she moves. She's been in enough situations where most people would bring protection, but that's not her style. Here's where things really popped off. Right after the prayer circle ended, Chrisean was standing around with some people. Everything seemed cool at first. The parade was going on, families were there. It was supposed to be a positive community event. But that's not even the craziest part. A group of women started recording Chrisean. They had their phones out, cameras pointed at her. According to the footage that went viral, these women were antagonizing her, trying to get a reaction. The video shows exactly what happened next. Chrisean reached out and moved one of the girls' phones back. That's it. She pushed the phone away from her face. The tension immediately spiked. Words got exchanged. You can see in the footage how fast the energy shifted. Then boom. One of the women, who later identified herself on social media as LA rapper The Keeper of Keys, slapped Chrisean right across the face. The slap caught everyone off guard. Bystanders started yelling, phones went up everywhere, and the crowd pushed in closer.
Nigga, she recording shit, like, see?
No, don't record nothing on me.
Don't grab my phone from me. Don't grab my phone from me. Don't grab my phone from me.
Now this is when things really popped off. Chrisean didn't freeze. She didn't back down. Within seconds, she squared up and started swinging. The video shows her going toe-to-toe with multiple women. According to witnesses who were there and spoke to TMZ, Chrisean ended up fighting 6 different women.
No. Hey, Bo. Hey, get in there. Chrisean, get in there. Chrisean, get in there. Get it. Hey, motherfucker, tell it. Anyone who didn't touch my home. Bo.
The whole situation turned into a full brawl. Multiple angles of the fight spread across X, Instagram, and YouTube. The original post from College Kid on X hit 1.4 million views within hours. Millions more saw it from reposts and different angles people captured. The Keeper of Keys posted her own explanation later.
Okay, y'all, okay. Let me give my side of the story since this on live popping it like that. First of all, I was sitting there recording just like everybody else in the crowd was recording. She decided to grab my phone. Girl, I don't know you grabbing my phone. So yes, I s***ed her like I would do any other bitch in the world. Just because you're Chrisean and you got a platform, I don't give a f who you are. If you grab my phone, I'm gonna s*** the shit out of you. Period.
She claimed Chrisean had been rude throughout the event. In her follow-up video, she said the slap wasn't planned. She said it was spontaneous, that Chrisean's attitude pushed her to that point, and that she acted alone at first. But the footage tells a different story about what happened after that first slap. Multiple women jumped in. The situation escalated quick, and it wasn't just a one-on-one anymore. Things got chaotic with bodies moving, people yelling, and the whole crowd getting involved. According to multiple witnesses on scene who spoke to TMZ, Chrisean held her own. They said she handled the situation and came out on top. The fight eventually broke up, but not before it became one of the most talked about moments of the weekend. Blueface immediately jumped on Instagram. He didn't wait. He reposted footage of the fight and added his commentary. In his Instagram story, he wrote exactly this: "Don't play with LA gang culture, you will get slapped in your ish for some ish you don't know about." Blueface framed the whole thing as Chrisean not understanding LA gang culture. He tied it to street politics, saying she got slapped because she didn't respect the dynamics in Compton. He wasn't defending her. He was basically saying she brought it on herself. Chrisean clapped back fast. She went on her Instagram and responded directly to Blueface. She said she went to Compton for the kids with no security. She said the women tried playing with her and got handled. Then she went at Blueface personally, calling him pathetic for commenting from the sidelines. She said he's scared to go to his own hood, let alone Compton. But here's where it gets interesting. Later that same night, Chrisean went live again on Instagram. This time, she showed herself with all her jewelry still on. Her chains, her rings, everything was intact. She was making a point. People were saying she got jumped and robbed, but she was showing everyone she still had everything. In that live, she broke down what happened from her perspective. She said the girls started it. She said they were trying to make her look bad. She talked about how she thought she was doing good, staying out of trouble, but then this situation showed her she still had that reaction in her when pushed. X went crazy. The video was everywhere. People were picking sides. Some said Chrisean should have known better than to go to Compton without security. Others said she handled herself and proved she's about that life. The debate went on for hours across social media. Radio shows started talking about it. The Breakfast Club, Everyday Struggle, all the major hip-hop media outlets picked up the story. Within 24 hours, this was one of the biggest stories in hip-hop. Industry figures started weighing in. Some stayed quiet. Others had takes on whether Chrisean was wrong for being there or if the women who jumped her were out of line for attacking someone at a kids event. Within 24 hours, this story was everywhere. TMZ, All Hip Hop, Complex, Hot New Hip Hop, The Shade Room. Every major outlet covered it. The video clips kept spreading, getting more views by the hour. But that's not even the whole story. The Keeper of Keys kept posting. She put up more videos explaining her side. She denied that the fight was gang-related or planned. She said she acted on impulse because of how Chrisean was moving at the event. She also said she didn't get hurt, pushing back against the narrative that Chrisean beat her up. The situation brought up bigger questions about Chrisean's lifestyle. People started talking about how she moves. Multiple reports and her own sister confirmed that Chrisean has been living out of a rental car with her son. Hey, she doesn't have a permanent place right now. She's been struggling with housing despite all the fame and money she's made from Zeus Network and her reality TV appearances. Her sister Chastity went live and confirmed the situation. She talked about how Chrisean's been moving around, not stable, and how that affects her son. The parade incident just highlighted how Chrisean's still living like she's in the streets, even though she's got a platform and opportunities to do better. Fans were divided. Some people said she's keeping it real, showing she's not fake, that she'll fight anywhere, anytime. Her supporters praised her for not backing down when she got jumped. They said she proved she's authentic and not just for the cameras. Critics said she needs to grow up. They pointed out she had her son at this event. She brought her child to a situation where she ended up brawling with multiple women at a Christmas parade. People questioned her judgment and whether she's fit to be raising her son when she's constantly getting into public situations. As of December 14th, no arrests have been made. No official police investigation has been reported publicly. The whole story is being shaped by the user-generated videos and social media commentary. There's no legal fallout yet, but that could change. But here's what most people missed. This isn't just about a random fight at a parade. There's layers to why this happened and what it means. First, the gang culture angle. Blueface brought it up for a reason. Compton has deep gang history. The women who confronted Chrisean were reportedly affiliated with local sets. According to some reports and social media speculation, there were questions about what colors Chrisean was wearing and whether she understood the significance of being in Compton representing certain things. Sources close to the situation said the women felt disrespected by Chrisean's presence and how she was moving. It wasn't just about the phone. The phone incident was the trigger, but the tension was already there. They felt like she was coming to their hood without showing proper respect. Chrisean's response about Blueface being scared to go to his own hood, that hit different. She was saying he talks about LA gang culture but doesn't even go back to where he's from. She was calling out his credibility while defending why she went to Compton in the first place. The business angle matters too. Chrisean makes money off her image as someone who's really about that life. Her whole brand on Zeus Network's Baddies and other shows is built on her being ready to fight, being from the streets, keeping it real. Every time she gets into a public situation, it reinforces that brand. But there's millions of dollars involved in maintaining that image. Reality TV contracts, social media deals, appearance fees. opportunities. Chrisean's income depends on people believing she's authentic. If she backed down from that fight, if she showed up with security and avoided conflict, it would hurt her brand. At the same time, she's losing opportunities because of these situations. She's not getting the mainstream deals other reality stars get. Brands don't want to work with someone who's constantly in fights. She's stuck in a cycle where the thing that makes her famous is also what limits her growth. The power dynamics matter too. Chrisean's caught between different worlds. She's trying to be present in the community, showing up at events like this prayer circle. But she's also a celebrity now, someone people recognize and want to test. The women who confronted her might have seen it as checking someone who thinks she's bigger than where she came from. Her relationship with Blueface still affects everything. Even though they're not together, his comments carry weight. When he posts about her getting slapped, that shapes how people see the situation. Their son is in the middle of all this, watching his parents go back and forth publicly. The fact that she had her son at this event changes the whole situation. Multiple people pointed out that her child was there when this brawl happened. That raises questions about her in decision-making and whether she's putting her desire to be in certain spaces above her responsibility as a mother. Now let's talk about something that connects all of this together. Chrisean's situation at the Compton parade isn't happening in a vacuum. This is part of a pattern that's been building for years, and understanding that pattern shows you why this incident matters more than just another viral fight video. Chrisean first got major attention on Blueface's Blue Girls Club reality show back in 2020. That's where people saw her willingness to get physical, her loyalty to Blueface even when he treated her badly, and her refusal to back down from anyone. The show put her in situations where fighting was almost expected, and she delivered every time. From there, she went to Baddies on Zeus Network. The whole premise of that show is drama and confrontation. Chrisean became one of the biggest stars because she brought real energy. She wasn't acting for the cameras. When she fought on that show, people believed it was genuine. That authenticity became her currency. But here's the thing about building a brand on being ready to fight anywhere, anytime. You can't turn it off when the cameras stop rolling. Chrisean's been in documented situations at airports, clubs, restaurants, and now a Christmas parade. Each incident reinforces the image, but each one also makes it harder for her to transition into something else. The money side of this gets complicated. Zeus Network reportedly pays their biggest stars substantial money for appearances and shows. Chrisean's episodes get high viewership numbers. When she's involved in something, people watch. That translates to value for the network and income for her. But that income isn't stable. Reality TV money comes and goes. Right now, she's valuable because she's in the headlines, but what happens when people get tired of the drama? What happens when the incidents become too much, even for reality TV? She's not building toward anything sustainable. Compare that to someone like Cardi B, who came from a similar background. Cardi used reality TV as a launching pad, but then pivoted to music full-time. She still keeps it real, still shows her personality, but she's not in physical confrontations every few months. She found a way to monetize her authenticity without staying stuck in the cycle. Chrisean's tried music. She's released tracks. Some got attention because of her relationship with Blueface and the drama surrounding them. But she hasn't broken through as a serious artist. The focus always comes back to the personal situations rather than the music. Her living situation highlights the problem. Despite being on television, despite having millions of social media followers, despite getting paid for appearances, she's reportedly been staying in a rental car with her son. Multiple family members confirmed this. That's not someone managing their money well or planning for the future. The incident at the parade happened because she showed up to support kids. That's worth acknowledging. She wasn't there to cause problems. She went for a prayer circle, to be present in the community, to show a different side of herself. That shows she's trying to do better, trying to be more than just the girl who fights on reality TV. But the reality is, when you've built your entire image on being confrontational, people will test you. Those women at the parade didn't randomly decide to antagonize someone. They saw Chrisean, they knew who she was, and they wanted to see if she was really about what she portrays online. They pushed to see if she'd react the way she does on TV, and she did. She pushed the phone away, which escalated to a slap, which turned into a brawl. In that moment, maintaining her image was more important than walking away. Even at a kids' event, even with her son there, she couldn't let someone slap her without responding. That's the trap. Every time she backs down, people call her fake. Every time she responds, people call her immature. She's stuck between proving she's real and proving she's grown. Right now, she keeps choosing to prove she's real. The Blueface factor makes everything more complicated. Their relationship was volatile from day one. Physical confrontations, public breakups, cheating accusations, all of it played out online. They have a son together now, which means they're connected forever whether they like it or not. Blueface's comment about gang culture after the fight wasn't just commentary. He was positioning himself above the situation while also explaining it in a way that made Chrisean look naive. He basically said she got slapped because she doesn't understand LA politics, which makes him look more knowledgeable, and her look out of her depth. But Chrisean clapped back by pointing out he doesn't even go to his own hood. She called him out for talking about gang culture from a distance while she's the one actually showing up in these neighborhoods. That's a direct challenge to his credibility and his street reputation. Their son is growing up watching all of this. He's seeing his parents go back and forth publicly. He's experiencing instability because his mother doesn't have permanent housing. He was at the parade when the fight happened. Years from now, he'll be able to search his parents' names and find thousands of videos and articles about their drama. The custody situation adds another layer. Chrisean's living situation affects her ability to maintain custody. Her public incidents give Blueface ammunition if he wants to fight for full custody. Every time she gets into something like the Compton situation, it becomes evidence that could be used against her in court. Social media's role in all of this can't be ignored. The fight went viral because everyone had their phones out. Multiple angles captured the whole incident. Within minutes, it was online. Within hours, millions of people had seen it. The speed of information spreading means there's no time to process or control the narrative. Chrisean went live that same night to show her jewelry and explain her side. She understood she had to get ahead of the story. She couldn't wait for media outlets to frame it for her. She had to show people she wasn't hurt. She still had her chains, and she handled the situation. That's modern celebrity damage control happening in real time. The women who fought her got their own attention from this. The Keeper of Keys gained followers, got interviews, and elevated her profile as a rapper. In a twisted way, confronting Chrisean became an opportunity for her. That's the attention economy at work. Viral moments translate to visibility, which can translate to money. This connects to a bigger conversation about women in hip-hop and reality TV. The industry rewards drama. Networks and platforms know that confrontation gets views. They create environments where women are expected to fight, then profit off those fights. Chrisean succeeds in that system because she's willing to deliver what it demands. But the cost is her stability, her reputation outside of reality TV, and potentially her relationship with her son. She's trapped in a system that rewards the exact behavior that's destroying other parts of her life. The community response to the parade incident split along different lines. Some people in Compton said she handled herself well and showed respect by fighting back. In street culture, not responding to disrespect is seen as weakness. By fighting, she showed she understood that code. Others said the whole situation was disrespectful to the community. It was a Christmas parade for families and kids. The fact that it turned into a brawl, regardless of who started it, made everyone involved look bad. It turned a positive event into another viral moment of dysfunction. The generational aspect matters too. Older people in hip-hop and reality TV are questioning where this is all headed. They see young women like Chrisean building brands on instability and wonder what happens in 5 or 10 years. Will networks still book her? Will fans still care? Or will she be replaced by the next person willing to fight on camera? Chrisean's at a crossroads she might not even realize she's at. She's 24 years old, she has a son, she has a platform. She could leverage all of that into something sustainable. But right now, she's still moving like someone trying to prove themselves in the streets rather than someone building a career. The Compton incident could be a wake-up call, or it could just be another moment in a long series of incidents. The difference depends on whether she sees it as a problem or proof that she's still that girl. Based on her response, she's leaning toward the latter. So that's where we're at with this whole situation. As of today, December 15th, Chrisean is still posting on social media like nothing happened. She's back to regular content, showing her jewelry, living her life. The fight hasn't slowed her down at all. The Keeper of Keys is still explaining her side. She's doing interviews, posting follow-ups, getting her own attention from the incident. She's leveraging the moment for her own career as a rapper. The situation gave her visibility she didn't have before. Blueface hasn't posted anything new about it since his initial comment. He moved on to other content, but the damage was done. His relationship with Chrisean took another hit. The public back and forth added another chapter to their ongoing situation. Word is, Chrisean might be dealing with some consequences behind the scenes. People close to her are reportedly telling her she needs to chill. She's got court cases, custody situations, and other legal issues that don't get better when she's out here fighting at public events. The community response in Compton has been mixed. Some people said she handled herself well. Others said she disrespected their city by causing that scene at a family event. The debate about whether she should have been there continues. Keep your eyes on whether any legal action comes from this. So far, nothing's been filed, but that could change. Keep watching to see if the Keeper of Keys tries to press charges or if Chrisean faces any consequences from the city for disrupting a public event. The bigger picture here, this shows you how celebrity and street culture clash. Chrisean's trying to maintain her image while also also being present in the community. But every time she does that, she risks situations like this. She can't move like a regular person anymore because people know who she is. They want to test her, film her, and create viral moments. What started as a community appearance at a Christmas parade turned into something that's changing the conversation about Chrisean's whole lifestyle. People are questioning her choices, her living situation, her parenting, and her future in the industry. This one incident brought all those issues to the surface. The next few weeks will show whether this was just another moment in her chaotic life or if it becomes a turning point. Will she keep moving the same way? Will the industry start distancing itself from her? Will her relationship with Blueface get even worse? We'll have to wait and see. That's everything that happened with the Chrisean rock situation in Compton. From showing up to support kids at a Christmas parade to getting slapped and brawling with multiple women to the public back and forth with Blueface, this whole situation shows how complicated life is when you're living in the public eye while trying to stay connected to the streets. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Should Chrisean have brought security? Was she wrong for being in Compton? Did Blueface have a point about gang culture? Drop your thoughts below. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button because more updates are coming as this develops. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.